I know you're a big believer in every game standing on its own, but 2 years ago, that game at Auburn Arena was kind of a real wacky one in terms of just the number of shots, I guess, that both teams missed. Is there a lesson you can kind of carry over with your team there in terms of, kind of to hang in there when the shots aren't struggling?
Yeah, I think in any of these situations, when you come out of a game, win or lose, there's always a residual effect that comes from a game, because these guys are going through an emotional experience when they play in a game. And sometimes there's highs and sometimes there's lows after a game. And how you handle those things as a team is important in terms of coming back and preparing for the next game. So, the game you're talking about, I think the lesson there is, we obviously got a lot of players that played a lot of minutes in that game that are no longer here. Alex Tyus, Vernon Macklin, Chandler Parsons, Irving Walker. Kenny Boynton and Eric Murphy were the two main guys that were part of that team. I think what it shows is, when you're playing in the league, regardless of who you're playing against, if you don't come out and you don't play well, it's really, really hard to win. And that was probably a game for us that we were fortunate to win. We made a couple threes late to win the game. But almost being 3 years ago, I don't know what we take from that game in particular, just because I think both teams are different. But at the same point, it's just, that game is no different than right now, any game you play. You have to come in and you really have to play well, because if you don't play well, it's hard to win.
You guys are heading back out on the road. Different circumstances, teams and all that, the next couple of games. What do you take from maybe the Arkansas game, the way you started out and all that you can impart?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing that Kevin just talked about. Whether it's 3 yeyears ago looking at a game in Auburn that you struggled, or looking at the Arkansas game, again, it's hard to win on the road, and if you don't play well on the road, you don't have your crowd behind you, you don't have that kind of environment behind you, it's hard to win. And I think our guys, will understand going into this game that we'll have to play well. They play very hard, they're aggressive. They can come at you with a lot of different lineups. They can play four guards. They're quick. They're fast. They change defenses. They shoot threes. They turn you over. Last year here at our place, we had 11 turnovers in the first half. So there's going to be a lot that's going to go into this game in terms of us having to play well.